Merry Christmas! My God, it has happened. Oh my word, it has happened. Aston Villa actually beat Manchester United at Villa Park. It's only happened a handful of times in the 30 years of the Premiership, so my Christmas is now saved. I will be having a happy and a very Merry Christmas. Thank you, Morgan Rogers, the coldest player in the Premiership. We're talking about him. What else are we talking about? Oh, my word. We're talking about some of the other games that happened this weekend. Wow. Leeds run rampant over Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, what happened? You dropped off, my friends. Liverpool and Spurs. Spurs end the game with 9 men, but they almost pull it out. Did you watch that game? Let me know your thoughts on that. What a great game. Oh, and by the way, Christian Pulisic's contract is coming up in a little bit. Should he be sticking around in Serie A? Should he move? We'd love your thoughts. And who's getting coal and who's getting presents from We Are Soccer? We've got some picks. We'd love yours as well. Oh, and don't forget, December 29th. Dog and Pony Show Brewing is the official We Are Soccer Christmas party. Join us. All right, you ready? Let's jump in. Lots to talk about.
What? And I'm going to give you one opportunity because we're friends.
Winner! Who gives a shit about where the ball's been?
Yeah, F him. They went from loving this guy, best move ever, to hating him.
I think it's the most ridiculous thing in the world.
I love it because it tells you how the game was played.
There's nowhere for him to go. I think there's one place.
You can't do that in the national team. Do I look like I'm freaking kidding?
Those things that are absolutely insane.
Successful and sexy? No. It wasn't aggravating at times? Yes.
Sorry,
That's not very fair.
It's not about being fair.
Welcome to the greatest soccer show ever.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Merry Christmas. Welcome in. Love to have you along with us. Just Brooks and myself for the night. Brooks, Merry Christmas, my friends.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. One of your elves is here. Where are the other two?
The other 2 elves, well, one of them's under the weather. Nate's not feeling good. And the other elf, Danny, he decided to trot off to Florida.
He's going more towards the South Pole.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
That loser. What are you doing, Danny?
What's going on
Florida
here?
and the sun and the... Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I would rather be there, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is. But, buddy, how you been, man? Merry Christmas. It's coming up here in a couple of days, man.
Yeah, I've been busy with that Midwest Pro Combine I ran this past week, which was awesome. Brian McBride was there with Brooklyn FC. That was pretty cool. It's the U.S. men's soccer team legend. He was pretty cool.
Yeah.
He didn't have a lot of deep conversations with people, but he was pretty cool when you spoke to him. And, we talked a little about his St. Louis Billikens and the run they made in the NCAA tournament, and we talked about some teams. He was watching. He still watches the college game. So, yeah, that was pretty cool. And then my good buddy Jason Perry, who it hasn't been announced yet. I can't say anything, but my buddy Jason Perry was there, former Butler men's soccer.
Legend.
Yeah.
Oakland?
Yeah, Oakland men's soccer. Oh, yeah.
Shout out to JP. A lot of people know him, man.
He's a good dude. He's a good dude. Mike Avery from Fort Wayne FC was there. Corey Sincer, my good buddy Corey Sincer, my buddy with friend with my buddy Scott Resendez. They're friends as well. But Corey from the Seattle Sounders was there as well. So yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time.
Brooks coming in hot, name dropping like you wouldn't believe, naming some legends there. Well, good, man. I don't know if your weekend could top mine. Aston Villa finally did it. They finally beat Manchester United. This time it was at home at Villa Park, where we never beat them, those bastards. 2-1. Morgan Rogers, the savior, comes in hot. Brooks. That saved my Christmas. It really did. I don't know if you know this, but I'm not a huge fan of Manchester United.
I knew that.
Oh, you did? That's strange. All right, let's jump in. Let's talk about it. We got a lot of other things to get to. I want to talk about that game. Morgan Rogers.
Did you watch that at a bar as well? I think I saw a photo.
I had to.
Did you hail your villains? Because you're the group leader of the Michigan branch.
I am the leader of the Michigan, the Detroit Lions. We call ourselves the Detroit Lions.
Why would you do that?
Well, it was
That's
done
so
on purpose.
close.
I didn't name him.
Okay.
But the Detroit chapter for Aston Villa, I am the president of the chapter. But I don't actually organize a lot of the meetups. A good friend of mine, Paul, does, and his friend Kyle. They all meet up, and they meet at a bar close to them. And I just haven't been able to visit very often for the games. But I had to go out today, and I went out there, and we had a good group of about 30 people. So it was very good. We got a little tense after Manchester United tied it up, right? We give goals away sometimes, and Cunha took advantage of a sloppy pass, a sloppy possession by Matt Cash in the back and tied it up. Cunha with a very nice finish. In the end, though, I'm going to disagree with Ruben Amorim. Ruben Amorim said the better team today did not take all 3 points home, pretty much saying he thought his team was the better team because they had more possession and more shots on goal. I hate to tell you this, Mr. Ruben Amorim, but you haven't watched Aston Villa enough. You didn't know your opponents. We secede possession. Have it! You can have the ball. You want to take some shots from distance? Please be our guest. Not very many of those are going to go in the goal. We do have a top goalkeeper, Mr. Martinez, back here. Please. Now, they did create a couple of chances. Don't get me wrong. Manchester United, and before anybody tells me we were missing people because of AFCON and injuries.
So is Sunderland. But I think they still won.
So is every team.
Yeah.
Every team has injuries. And you know what Villa have done more of this year than Manchester United have? We've played more games.
Oh, sorry, Sunderland drew.
We have played more games than Manchester United, and we have injuries. You know, nobody gave us a crap last year when we were missing players through injuries the year before. So, you know what? Buy more players. Get better players. You spent $200 million in the summer. Buy better players that don't get injured. Buy more players instead of spending it on 2 players or whatever it is. Manchester United played well for who they had on the field. Don't get me wrong. I think they played right into Aston Villa's hands. First half is always a bit of a Aston Villa sit back. And they say, show us what you got. We're going to find the holes that you have through the first half of analyzing, and in the second half, we're going to take advantage of that. Normally, in the last several games, Aston Villa come out and they put quite a few shots in the back of the net in the second half. Not so much today, but we only needed 2-1 victory for us. Villa love to give up possession and say, go ahead, have at it. You can have the possession. You can have these far-off shots. This is playing into our hands. We're going to lull you into this false sense of security, like you are owning and possessing this game. And then Villa do what they do. They break out with Watkins and Morgan Rogers, and then Gusan down the right. They've done it for years. This is the way Unai Emery plays.
Kind of like Santa when he eats the cookies and milk.
Yeah.
It's a little low, right? Yeah.
Low.
But he's not really sleepy. Because he's got a lot more houses to send presents to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we now have 10 wins in a row, Brooks.
Wow.
10 wins, no draws in there. 10 wins in a row. Aston Villa in a row. And you know what? If that Manchester, the guy who won't cut his hair until Manchester United win 5 games in a row,
he's gonna have some big hair.
His hair is monstrous. I mean, it's out to here. It's stupid big. But Aston Villa's social media admin today had a little fun with him. They were like, you know, the guy with the hair. I think it's at United Strand. If he was a Villa fan, he would have cut his hair twice by now.
Yeah.
10 wins in a row is what Villa have done. They have put it together. We are 3 points off the top spot. 1 point behind Manchester City, 7 points clear of Chelsea. Okay, next 2 games. We go calling to Chelsea. We go down to Stamford Bridge on the 27th of December, and then 3 days later, we have to go back to London and play at the Emirates against Arsenal.
Those are 2 tough games.
Oh, yeah. We've just come through Manchester United. Then we got to go to Chelsea. Then we got to go back to London and play against Arsenal. Are you kidding me? Those are tough games. Now, I don't want to hear anything about being a title contender. We are not title contenders. We are going for the top 4. That is our goal this year. But I will give you
3 points off the top.
I will give you this, Brooks. I will give you this. I'm going to put that table up right here. We are 3 points off the top. I'm going to give you this. If Aston Villa can come through the next 2 games, one against Chelsea and the other against Arsenal with no losses, we are title contenders. We will be title contenders entering 2026 if we can come through the next 2 games with no losses.
Mm.
I don't even care if they're wins. If they're draws, we are up there and we are ready and we're going to fight. But those two games,
you got Man City.
I know. But all I'm saying is we'll be a contender. We'll be a contender because those two teams, we played 2 out of the top 4 and we're one of the top 4. Are you kidding me? This is the toughest stretch of games I've seen in a long time for a team. So, no, do not call us title contenders. We're not there yet. Give it a week and a half, and then we'll see where we're at. Brooks, I am hearing that you don't need to be in the top 4 to make the Champions League this year. You need to be in the top 5. It's going to happen again because a lot of English teams are in Europe playing well in the Champions League, in Europa, and Europa Conference League. England have a lot of teams that are doing well and advancing, so it's looking like England could get that last Champions League spot again, so it could be top 5. All we got to do is finish top 5. That's my goal for the year. I'd love to have a great Europa run.
What if you get 6 spots?
No, you can't get 6. I think
You can't?
No, 5's it.
Oh, okay.
6th and 7th will go to Europa,
Okay.
and then 8th
goes to conference.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So Sunderland sit where they are. They could go to Europa League.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
even Manchester United sitting here in 7th.
Yeah, Crystal
Even in
Palace.
7th.
Crystal Palace, if that goes right, could get Conference League.
Crystal Palace right now, they're licking the
dropped out.
wounds. My word, Crystal Palace. You had a chance to go up into 7th and push Manchester United even further down, but you didn't. You absolutely didn't. All right, before we get too far into the other games, I just want to say, listen, I want you, Brooks, to tell me right now, is this man, Morgan Rogers, the best English player currently? Is there a better English player right now than Morgan Rogers? I can't find one. I cannot find one. Scored 4 goals in the last 2 games.
Yeah, he's been on
2
fire.
braces.
Yeah, I mean, you could say Harry Kane.
Harry Kane's doing okay. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, he scored 30 goals so far this season.
He's doing well.
So, I mean, I know he's with the best team in Germany. I mean, yeah. I mean, right now, he's probably one, if not the one. Morgan Rogers probably the best. I mean, you could probably say Grealish has meant a lot for Everton.
He's meant a lot there, yeah.
But I'd say for an impactful player that's meant a lot for his team, probably Morgan Rogers for sure.
Absolutely. There's a lot of talk recently about Jude Bellingham and Morgan Rogers.
He's kind of dipped off his form, Jude Bellingham.
He has. This year he's dropped. He did have an injury. He was injured. Full disclosure, injury. He's coming back here a little slower than I think we'd want. But
Did Tuchel call on Rogers yet?
Oh yeah. He's been in the last couple of squads, and when Bellingham's been injured and out of the squad in the England squad, Morgan Rogers starts.
Yeah.
Morgan Rogers starts. And in the last conference, press conference, Thomas Tuchel gave, he said, "I don't think I can start Bellingham and Morgan Rogers together. Jude Bellingham and Morgan Rogers, I don't think I can start them together.
Wow.
I think he needs to find a way to start them together because I think you need 2 of the hottest English players in the world right now in the starting squad. You need to find a way. Maybe you push Morgan Rogers off to the left-hand side. Like we saw him today. He gets the ball. He runs at Lenny Yoro, the Manchester United defender, cuts in, and then puts on his right foot and swings it into the back post, upper 90.
What's your midfield look like?
I mean,
you putting Rogers in the midfield?
He has to go. He's such a good work rate. One of his abilities, Brooks, is he comes back, receives the ball deep in his own end, and turns and then just runs.
Yeah.
Like he can dice people. So I think that's really one of his strong suits. Put him in the midfield on the left. Maybe put him up high. I don't know. But if you ask me, he would keep Cole Palmer out of this. He would keep a lot of people out of this.
I mean, Bellingham sits deeper anyways.
Yeah. He's more of a a traditional center defensive mid.
So you're pairing someone else with Morgan Rogers. Anyways.
Right. But it is interesting that Thomas Tuchel came out and said, I don't think I can play these 2 together. I think you have to find a way. You have to find a way. And if you all really cannot find a way and you can only play one of them, and I'm going to say this now, and I may change my mind in a couple of months if Morgan Rogers leaves us up, but Jude Bellingham is the more complete player right now, in my mind, out of these 2. Morgan Rogers is just in sensational form, but right now, if England's playing in a World Cup final tomorrow, and you can only play Morgan Rogers or Jude Bellingham, I still stick with Jude Bellingham.
I feel like Morgan Rogers would be a better pairing with Harry Kane.
I agree. I agree.
I feel like he's more of a distributor when Bellingham.
But Bellingham has been there. Look what he's done, right? He's been in these huge games. He's been to the Champions League final. He's won the Champions League. He's won La Liga. He's done it for England at the World Cup and in the Euros. Morgan Rogers is not quite there. Now, if you're give me a couple of weeks here, and all of a sudden we're playing Chelsea, we're playing Arsenal, and then Man City come again, and he's still doing this, and we're seeing a little bit of that dip, that slide from Bellingham, then I'm going to change my answer. It's close, it's neck and neck, but my word, Morgan Rogers is just sensational right now, on fire. I pray I would love a Christmas gift from Santa that says this man doesn't get injured ever, but at least not for the Villa season and hopefully not for the World Cup because England are going to need him.
Yeah, well, at least your guy getting injured. Tyler Adams tried to do his MCL, so that's been wonderful. He's out 2 months.
So he's out for minimum 2 to 3 months, I think they said, right?
So that's he may be on the plane. I mean, I think he would be, but he may not be 100%, which is rough.
Tyler Adams, and he went in to block a shot and just kind of tweaked his.
Just can't stay healthy. That's the unfortunate part. There's just those players. Every country's had them where they're a good player, but they just can't stay healthy to save their lives.
Tyler Adams is America's.
But that's why Pochettino brought in a bunch of players, just to see who can play when we don't have Tyler Adams and who can play next to each other. So I think Pochettino's okay with this. He'll figure it out.
You'd rather have a selection headache than that. But no, agreed. All right. So anyway, we'll close that little topic there. Aston Villa win 2-1. Again, just made that really does make my Christmas. I don't even know what to tell you. Thank you, Aston Villa. All right, moving on. Some of the other scores that happened. There's one game Monday. Fulham versus Nottingham Forest. Fulham at home. If both these teams are kind of doing well right now in the last couple of weeks. Fulham have done a little bit of climbing and dipping, but Forest, after a really bad start to the season, have found their form. Nice 3-0 win last week against Spurs. So that'll be an interesting game. Newcastle 2, Chelsea 2. Chelsea were down 2 in this game and came back to tie it up. This is the best for me as a Villa fan. I wanted to see a draw. This keeps both of them a point. That's it. Villa just keep climbing points away from Chelsea. Chelsea now have to regroup and at home wait for Aston Villa to come down. That's gonna be the game of the 27th, by the way, in my opinion. Chelsea versus Villa.
That Boxing Day.
So Christmas falls on Thursday. Typically, all the games are on Boxing Day, right? But since it's a Friday, I think there's one game on Friday, a couple on Saturday, and a couple on Sunday. So they spread it out. But yeah, I don't care. More football for us to watch, my friend. It'd be great. Saturday, though, if anybody wants, head on down to Dog and Pony Show Brewing. They'll have the TVs on. It'll be great, the 27th. Before we go any further, big thank you to our partners. A big thank you to Soccer World. A big thank you to Next Level Training. You guys are some of the best out there. Big thank you to the Michigan Jaguars, one of the best youth clubs around. MichiganJaguarsFC.com for more information on that awesome club. A big thank you to the Football Doc, Dr. Zachary Atwood, Spencer Nolf. What great guys. Great soccer players, by the way, as well. They helped out at the Midwest Pro Combine. Good dudes. Great soccer players, great people. And you heard about Dog and Pony Show Brewing. We got our Christmas party coming up the 29th. There's that little graphic. We'll put it up again. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about the Christmas party in a little bit, Brooks. I got some, I should have brought them today, what we're going to give away. But we got some giveaways. And I'm excited.
Yeah.
Brooks, I spent all of our marketing money on the prizes. I'm sorry. We have some cool gifts to give away this year. All right. So big thank you to our partners. Very much appreciate it. All right. Let's get back to the games. Wolves 0, Brentford 2. Brooks, can you believe it? Wolves lost again. Tell me again. Tell everybody what you were telling me before the show kicked off here about Wolves.
Yeah. So Erling Haaland has 19 goals in the season, and Wolves only have 9.
9 goals as a team.
Yeah.
Out of 17 games.
Yep.
Oof. They are at this point the worst team to ever play in the Premiership. The worst.
Yep.
Brooks, are you? Did we have a bet? Did we have a bet that you said? I think it was 11 points, right?
Yeah, I said they wouldn't get to 11. And they wouldn't win. I think I had under 2. I think under 2 wins.
I think I said, they'll fall into like 2 wins, and that'll be 6 points, and I
Yeah.
think they'll get to 11 points. I don't think they're going to do it, man. I don't think they're going to fall into any wins. They are so bad. You may win this one, Brooks. I may be buying you beer as a dog and pony show because Wolves are terrible. They do have 2 wins on the season, though, in the EFL Cup. Is that correct?
They do.
They beat West Ham.
And they beat Everton.
And they beat Everton. But in the league, they just cannot find a win.
Nope.
Oh, man, a 2-0 loss to Brentford. They lost 4-1, was it, to Manchester United the week before. The week before that, they lost 1-0 to Villa. They are just freaking awful. All right, well, Wolves, just pack your bags now and head off to the championship, okay? That's all I got for you.
Yep.
You dingles. That's the nickname that Villa fans give them. Anyway, Manchester City 3, Erling Haaland with a brace, West Ham 0. I mean, yeah, 19 goals for Erling Haaland. 19 goals for Erling Haaland.
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible.
Yep.
The man cannot stop scoring. I want to say he scored in almost every single Premiership game this year.
Probably.
The one game I know he didn't score in was
Against
when Aston Villa beat them 1-0. Again, because Villa do what Villa do. They win by 1, like every single game. It's incredible. Your heart palpitations at the end. But Erling Haaland didn't have anything in the game. So, but in this one, at home to West Ham didn't really even put up a fight. In all honesty, Manchester City 3, West Ham 0. Brighton Sunderland 0-0. Actually, a good point for both teams, both in and around the same, fighting for the same position. Not the greatest of games, but a good point for both. This is a long distance, by the way, Brooks. I don't know if you know this. Sunderland is at the top of England, and Brighton's at the very bottom. So this is like probably one of the longest travels for a team to make.
Are you going coast to coast? Different part of the ocean.
Yeah, pretty much.
Port to port.
It's a long way for the fans. Obviously, the players jump in a plane, and 2.5 hours later, they're there.
It'd be kind of cool if they took a boat up there and they just came off of a boat. Yeah. Yeah.
But Brighton, hold on. They've had a small dip in form here in the last 3 weeks. They've just kind of they were doing this, going up, and then just a little small dip. Where do they currently sit? Brighton now
top
9th.
10.
Yeah, top 10 and 9th. 24 points. 17 games, 6 wins. 6, 6, and 5. So 6 wins, 6 draws, 5 losses.
They draw a lot,
They do.
but
They do.
it's the certain games they win against the big boys every once in a while. Then they obviously draw the games they needed to win.
Yep. I mean, Sunderland as well, 7 wins, 6 draws, 4 losses. What's the most impressive about that is they've only had 4 losses as a newly promoted team. Incredible.
Villa only giving up 17 goals.
Yeah, Villa drew with them. We went up there, and now it's looking like, wow, that's actually a good point for Villa to go up there and do that. But yeah, to give up only 17 goals, plus 2 goal difference.
Yep.
Credit to Sunderland. Credit to what they've done. Good for them.
Yeah. I mean, I watched that Newcastle, the Tyneside derby, and listen, it wasn't the most beautiful. But listen, you went off a deflection, a poor clearance from Weghorst, who deflects in his own goal, and you kind of defend for your life a little bit, and you kind of, you know what I mean? It's just how you get points,
They're doing
Doesn't have to be the prettiest win, but as long as you get 3 points at the end of the day or come away with the point, there you go.
That was a big win for them. That
was the first Tyneside derby in 10 years, they said?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Just haven't
In the
done
Premier League
around.
when they're
In the Premier League, because
Yeah.
they just haven't been around. So good for Sunderland. They keep climbing. They keep doing well. I really do hope they can find a way into Europe next year, even if it's a conference or the Europa or Conference League. So
that'd be something.
What a dream season for those Sunderland fans. And as Nate says, he's just waiting for the next
season. Yeah,
die, right? And it has to be on this season. It has to be.
Yeah,
it's got to come out next year.
Yeah, it has to be. Yeah.
Would you watch it?
I watched the first. I didn't watch the latest one, but I've watched the first 3 seasons, and I mean that's obviously what Welcome to Wrexham got its stuff from. So, obviously that one's more soccer-esque, where Wrexham is more of the community and people. It's a little different.
More on the fans and community for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, watching that Sunderland Till I Die intrigued me about the club, because you kind of see how people, ebb and flow with the team,
Yeah.
as they say. When they suck, everyone feels horrible.
Down and dejected. Man.
Yeah, you feel like, and also how much you've seen with Wrexham, how much it improves your businesses and economy.
Yeah.
Not only just from obviously Rob and Ryan and everyone else in the show, everyone's been traveling to Wrexham, but, obviously when your team's winning and everyone's traveling, whether it's a Sunderland or Wrexham, all the money you bring in and all the matches and, how much people want to spend and everything, and it helps the businesses out. So I don't think people realize, in America, I don't know of any American city or area that lives and dies by how well the club does or the professional franchise does, and that's what people don't understand, how it works in Europe, how much they live and die sometimes, how economically important it is for a city or area.
I think let's segue off here, Brooks,
Yeah.
because this is I don't say an important topic, but a very interesting topic, and a lot of fans here in America don't understand. And I try to explain this. Actually, an American guy who's become a good friend of mine. Recently, we were talking about this, and he loves his team's Liverpool, and he's done it. He's in the last couple of years, he's really dove into the ins and the outs of football and the team and this and that. And we were talking about, here in Michigan, especially like the Detroit Lions. Everybody's a Detroit Lions fan, and they live and breathe to the team.
Yep.
For 4 months.
Yep.
And then
It's not the whole year.
The other 8 months, it's like, well,
You move to the next sport. You move to like Pistons or Red
Exactly.
Wings or whatever. And even when the Lions suck, it's like, we wear brown bags over our heads, but the economy doesn't change because we have other things going
Right.
around.
when it's football, soccer, right? Like English soccer, it's 10 months out of the year.
Yep.
There's 2 months in the summer that they're not playing. But guess what's happening during those 2 months? Transfer windows.
Mm-hmm.
There's no like down period or lull. Every single day you're still clicking in and reading. You're still updating. You're still talking about it. But for 10 months out of the year,
Yep.
Brooks, for the past 6 weeks, for me, it's been Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Sunday. It's who are we playing? I have a special pair of Villa socks, and I try to wear them when the Villa play. The goddamn things are getting worn through. We play in so many games, right? Like, and you just. My wife always says within the first hour, she can tell. She goes, Villa lost, didn't they? She goes, well, there's a weekend ruined. Just go in the office and do your work. But if Villa wins, she's like, all right, they must have won. You're very happy. You're playing with the kids today. You haven't kicked the dog. Like, we live and breathe the team, the club. I'm going to do a video very soon, Brooks. And the video is going to be me walking around my house, showing everybody the amount of Villa stuff I have.
In your onesie?
Yeah, in my onesie, yes. I've got an Aston Villa Christmas sweater, for Christ's sakes, right? I'm wearing my Villa socks at the moment. I've got Villa shoes. I've got, next to my bed, I've got a signed picture of an Aston Villa player. And I thought it was, I would put it, of course I'd put it next to my bed on my bedside table, because it's Paul McGrath, Paul McGrath is what Villa fans have dubbed with the nickname God.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't I have God next to my bed? That's just the way it is. I've got flags all over the house. I've got a coffee mug downstairs that I drink tea out of. I've got, you name it, I've got it. When I brush my teeth,
You have a cereal?
I don't have
Is there
the
an
cereal.
Aston Villa cereal?
I used to have Aston Villa body wash. I kept the container. When I'm brushing my teeth and I'm looking in the mirror, I brush my teeth and I look at the floor. Guess what I've got? An Aston Villa mat, a rug to stand on. I've got a little bit of everything. A pint glass. you name it, I've got it. I buy it because I live and I breathe.
I'm surprised your car's
Goddamn
not a Clarette.
They didn't sell Cadillacs in that color.
Okay.
But no.
You can go to the body shop and change it if you want to.
This is true. I should.
Yeah, you can put a little decal on the side of your car. I'm
Brooks-
surprised your license plate doesn't say like Villa fan or something.
I've thought about it. I've thought about getting it changed.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what the color of my the wedding colors were?
They were probably Claret and
Claret and blue.
Yeah.
Claret and blue.
Mhm.
Oh, and by the way, do you know how you found your table at my wedding?
It's kind of like people. Were you assigned by a player?
Nope. You would pick up a card and it had a club crest on there.
Oh,
And the head table was Aston Villa. The rest of them were the other Premiership clubs.
besides Manchester United.
Nah, I did put Manchester United in there. Do you
Ah.
know who I didn't put in there though? Because I think they were in there at the time.
Birmingham.
Birmingham
yeah.
City. I didn't put you losers in there. You bunch of coal winners. Anyway, it is different here, though. People think they live and they breathe by their sports teams, but it really isn't anything like it is in England and in Europe. Because, Brooks, you're right. The economy does depend on a lot of those clubs as well. The players, the fans going to watch the game and the local pubs do really well when the team's doing well. But when the team's not doing well, people don't buy tickets and they just don't go and they don't spend money on the gear and they don't go out into the town.
I mean, even if you watch Welcome to Wrexham, I mean, Rob and Ryan, if they didn't get promoted at a National League, they had a black jersey. They had a third one. But the National League didn't allow you to have a third jersey. So, they had to get promoted because they ordered a bunch of this stuff. You know what I mean? So, I'm just saying, that's a real thing, though. When you're preparing for next year's gear and everything that's going to sell and whatnot, it's a lot,
It is.
It's, I would say this, I feel like football clubs also, you can find gear anywhere of NFL, Tigers, you can find knockoffs of but with soccer, you have to order it from the club. We get some stuff locally here at Soccer World, obviously, but they don't get everything. They only get certain things from Nike and Adidas and Puma and whatnot. It's so specific that you have to order from the club because then the money goes back into the club and whatnot. I mean, they don't do all that other third-party vendor stuff and whatnot. So it's very unique. So
it really is. It really is. All right, that's enough. Let's move on. Let's go. All right, Bournemouth won. Burnley won. Burnley pick up a point here. They really needed a point. Burnley, as you can see, they're at 11 right now, 2 behind West Ham, and then quite a few points behind Nottingham Forest. There's a gap, Brooks. There's a gap opening up at the bottom here. We already know Wolves are pretty much gone unless a miracle hits the earth and saves them. Burnley and West Ham seem to be the two that are dropping out of the bottom. Nottingham Forest picking up points. They play Fulham tomorrow.
The other maroon teams.
Yeah, we call them Claret Blue, but yes, they stole our colors.
Yeah.
And then Leeds picked up a very valuable 3 points against Crystal Palace, as we said. So they moved up to 16th, but Nottingham Forest, provided they win tomorrow, they'll jump above Leeds, and they'll actually jump above Fulham. So this is a relegation little bit of battle tomorrow, but it looks like the gap right now, West Ham, Burnley, and Wolves, ends today. Does West Ham, do they go down? Do they go down? Because I don't
think Nuno can save them.
You don't think
that's
so?
a lot.
No?
I mean, I think Nottingham Forest has enough players. I mean, I know they were higher last year and they're not doing very well, but I think Sean Dyche, he saved Everton anyways. I think you'll see Nottingham Forest and move up, I imagine, between that 17 and, dare I say, probably Tottenham at 13 or Brentford. You're going to see a lot of movement between all those clubs, I think.
You see West Ham going down. I mean, look at the players they have in the back. Areola. They have Paqueta in the middle, Jared Bowen, Thomas Soucek. They've got some great players.
Yeah. You think Jared Bowen and some of those guys are asking for a transfer?
Oh, yeah.
You think their agents are what EPL team like an Everton or Brentford or maybe a Tottenham at some point may want to add me? I'm sure Tottenham could do with Jared Bowen.
I think that'd be a great fit.
Yeah.
The funny thing is Paqueta in the summer, Aston Villa were coming in for him. They were coming in and saying, we want, we would love to.
Yeah, he wants some depth in the midfield, right?
Yeah, and he said, no, I'm going to stick with West Ham.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to stick with West Ham? Interesting.
They have the bubbles, that's why.
That's it. Now, I kind of respect it because I think he was going along the lines of, listen, they supported me when I was going through the...
Sure, with all the gambling stuff.
Yeah,
yes.
And he got suspended, right? So they supported him there. But, brother, you're going to get relegated. You're going to be relegated this year. So maybe not the greatest of choices. I'm just saying. Hey, man, whatever. Brooks, at this point, freaky. I didn't think I'd ever see it, but West Ham United are going to get, with that big stadium.
What's the earliest you ever remember that it was determined that there was such a gap between 17 and 18, there was no chance that
That's a great question.
17 or 18 even had a chance?
I do feel like back in 2016, 2017, there was like a clear divide.
Sure, the bottom three that year were...
And everybody just went,
what was it, 16, 17? I mean, look, I don't know if I can.
That was the year. I can't remember, but I do remember a year where we're literally by mid-January, we all just went, those 3 are gone. Just forget about it. If you play them, it's a good 3 points. I can't remember who.
I'll have to look here. I'm Googling that right now.
So,
let's see here. What do we got here? Wikipedia.
Oh, good old Wikipedia. This stoppage brought to you by Soccer World, soccerworld.net for all of your soccer gear needs. They get down there. They got soccer boots and all the Messi jerseys you could ever need.
So that was the year Sunderland got relegated with Middlesbrough and Hull City. And Hull City was 34, Middlesbrough was at 28, and Sunderland was 24, and Watford was 40.
Okay.
So it was a 7-point difference.
Okay, so maybe it wasn't that year, but there's still a big gap there. I mean, listen, the bottom 2 were gone way before the season ended.
Yep, and then by the time the last week happened, the last 2 weeks, there was no way that Hull City was going to catch Watford at that point.
Right. So
Steve Bruce coaching then?
Probably. He was coaching one of those. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so let's get back to the rest of the scores here. I don't know if you saw this, Brooks. Spurs 1, Liverpool 2. This game for the first 30 minutes was back and forth. It was an entertaining game. And then all of a sudden,
well, they're birds. They fly back.
They're both weird birds. Yes.
Yeah.
Virgil van Dijk gets the ball and he looks up the field and he goes, "Nah, I'm going to turn the ball back around and I'm going to, take my lottie-dottie time and I'm going to pass the ball back to my goalkeeper." And Xavi Simons, who, by the way, Xavi Simons is Dutch, from Holland, who's the Holland captain.
Yeah.
Virgil van Dijk.
Yeah.
So Xavi Simons comes up behind him and steps on the back of his calf. And not just like a little bit.
Yeah, he gets him pretty well.
Catches him high.
Yeah.
And the referee runs in, gives a yellow card. And before the free kick's taken, the VAR calls down and said, "Hey, you
should look at it." Yeah.
Go take a look at
Because if
this.
he caught him above the ankle, forget that.
Oh, he caught him several inches above the ankle. And I'm just thinking, what are you doing, Xavi Simons? This is a fairly even game. You've got the Premiership champions on the brink right now, and you're playing well. You're in a bad run of form as a team, and you're going to go do that to your international captain? Why? It was nutty why he did this. And the referee, rightly so, said, "Yeah, you caught him very high on purpose. You're out. See you later." And then, listen, Liverpool took it full advantage, and they went on and scored 2 goals. Unfortunately for Liverpool, Brooks, Isak looks like he may have broken his leg scoring his goal. He comes on, he scores a goal, and it looks like he broke his leg, unfortunately, from the tackle from Mickey van de Ven.
That's 144 million pounds down the drain this year.
Yeah, he scored 1 goal for him, essentially.
Yeah.
Ekitike scored the second one.
So did Van Dijk leave the game? Or did he stay in?
Virgil van Dijk stayed in. No, he was good. I mean, it's just raked down the back, but it was dangerous. So he stayed in. He was good.
There's a possibility that since Isak broke his leg, now what do you do if Mo Salah eventually injures himself? And then what if Virgil van Dijk does?
Well, Mo Salah's gone for 6 weeks, by the way.
Well, yeah, he's at AFCON, right?
AFCON. Yeah, so he wasn't even in this game.
I'm just saying, though, like, 2 guys you resigned and 1 guy you spent a lot of money on, now where do you pivot? Maybe it's actually better. Maybe if Ekitike and just all those other guys are like, these 3 guys are gone, maybe they'll actually play better at some point.
I mean, they might.
Crazier things have happened.
That means they're forced to play a couple of players who I don't think they want to, but...
Yeah.
But Ekitike steps up with a nice header, and then they're up 2-0, and you're thinking, okay, listen, you're up 2-0, you're up a man. You'll see the game out pretty easily, and then Richarlison comes on, and a couple of goal line scrambles, and the ball's in the back of the net, and it's 2-1. Richarlison scores. There's a little bit of afters, a little bit of handbags. They're pushing each other, and you're thinking, okay, now we got a game on our hands, and then Romero gets sent off. Because him and Konate on the ground, and he kicks out at him when he's on the ground, and rightly so. You can't do that. You're sent off, so now you're down to 9 men, and you're thinking, okay, the game's 2-1 Liverpool. Spurs have 9 men. This game is over. But no, wait, there was 6 minutes of fun left, and you're thinking, there's no way Spurs can do this. This is incredible, and they should have. Alisson had a great save. They missed one. They came at it and should have been 2-2. I think this shows how the depth and the fallout that Liverpool are having right now, how deep it is. They were struggling against 9 men Tottenham Hotspur. So this was an entertaining game. If you're a Liverpool fan, you got to be worried right now. Okay, this season is going to be absolute shite. This is the season I thought you were going to have last year when Arne Slot came in.
Yep.
But yeah, you cruised through it and you did really well. Congratulations on your Premiership title. Now you're having trouble. Who knows where this goes from here? If a Saudi club comes in for Salah, see ya. They have to do that. Have to. If anybody comes in for Virgil van Dijk, see ya. Have to sell him. I'm sorry, these players have lost a step or two. It's not good enough.
Yep.
So, listen, entertaining game. Spurs 1, Liverpool 2. Leeds 4, Crystal Palace 1. Leeds fully deserved this. They could have gone on to win 7-1, by the way. Very well done to Leeds. They needed that 3 points to move up the table. Congratulations. Arsenal 1, Everton 0. Listen, Arsenal kind of do what Villa do. They'll win a game 2-0. They'll win a game 2-1. They'll win a game 1-0. Kind of a bit of a snooze fest. Arsenal get it done, 1-0. Cruise to the top of the table. Again, they're still there. 1 point ahead of Manchester City, 3 points ahead of Aston Villa. Brooks, is it Arsenal's year? They're grinding out wins. They've had a couple of injuries. Odegaard hasn't been super healthy. Is this Arsenal's year? After 17 games, they're leading the pack.
And they finally have all the pieces together, that's for sure. They don't have abundance of midfielders they're relying on score goals.
Right, Yorkieres scored.
Yep. David Raya seems to be not bad, to be honest with you, for them.
Albeit it was a penalty for Yorkieres.
Yeah.
David Raya seems to have figured it out.
Yeah. I mean, it's rough. Man City's a good side. If Haaland keeps scoring goals, you know what I mean? It's rough. I mean, they finally got rid of Ederson. He finally left and whatnot, and they have a new goal. But they kind of revamped that Man City team, and they're still firing. They've kind of found a way to win. Again, it's maybe a little different from how they played in the past. And then, you got your Villa. So, I guess the question is, if it's a close race, do they choke? Because they've only really won the league the 1 year they were the Invincibles, where they just demolished every team in the league, right? They have not ever won the league in a close race before. Right. And it's much different when things come down to the wire and you feel the pressure that you have to win games at home of teams you should be. They may slip up against a Brighton at home or a Sunderland at home or something where they should have got a point and they should have got 3 and they only get a point.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be the difference maker right there.
You nailed it.
Between 3 and 1.
Yeah. All right, money's on the table. Are they winning it or are they going to finish second?
I think this year, didn't I pick that Man City? No, I picked Liverpool this year. I just feel like Man City's going to win again. It's just in their DNA. It's just I don't know.
They're cruising.
They just have guys that close it. They have it's always the thing with Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan found a way to close out games even when everything was close. It's like Man City have the guys that close out games at the end of the season and make that get those points that separate teams.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
And that's the only thing. And unless you experience it, that's the only way you really have an understanding of it.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that Arsenal squad, because it's been a failure for most of those guys in the past couple of years. I'm trying to think of a player where it's yep, he's experienced that in another league. He's got it done. He's scored the big goals in the moments. You know what I mean? I don't know if there's a player like that on there for them, to be honest with you.
I think there's some players in that squad that have won championships in other places. They've done things, but no one in the Premiership that I can think of. Gabriel Jesus has done it.
Yeah, but he's only coming off the bench.
A bit part player due to injuries.
Yorkieres is the one that's doing it. He's going to be your main guy.
Yeah.
Odegaard is still young. He played at Real Madrid, obviously, but
wasn't a main player. He was just a bit part. Then he left.
Yeah, so, he wasn't asked to win the games for him.
Declan Rice came from West Ham, who didn't win anything. David Raya came from Brentford, didn't win anything. So you know what? All right. I'm gonna actually.
And Saka's just not that big player. Saka scores goals. But he doesn't take over games or where he'll go on a 5 or 6 game streak of scoring a goal or two and kind of carrying the team on his back. He's very injury prone.
Yep. So it'll be interesting. We'll have to obviously we're going to keep with it. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'd love to know if people think actually Arsenal are going to run away with this and win it, or if they're going to get caught and fail again, because they've 5 times 5 times in the last, I think it's 7 years, they've been leading at Christmas time. They've been leading the table. And then just like a Christmas tree, they come down. Right after Christmas, you bring them down and you put them away, and then you wait till next year and you put it up again. Just like a Christmas tree, you Arsenal fans. All right. We got a lot of other stuff to get to here, Brooks. I'm kind of excited to give out our coal and give out presents. We've got a team and a club that each of us have picked that we're going to give a lump of coal to, and another team or a club that we're going to give some presents to. So we got a lot. We got to get to that. We're going to talk about Christian Pulisic, and then we're going to talk about our Christmas party, because I got a lot of stuff that we got to talk about with that darn Christmas party. Lots of stuff to get to, and we will talk about it after this.
All right, Brooks. We're at our favorite store, Soccer World in Rochester. We're just gonna do some light shopping. Nothing big. Ooh, pretty colors. Oh, and one of these too?
Ooh, Germany. Nate would like this.
Hey, Brooks, look at all these. Look what I got.
South America. Ooh. Wow, that's not MLS. Ugh.
Socks? No.
Ooh, a ball pump.
Next in line.
Sir, you're next.
Right. That's a mannequin. You know that.
Huh?
It's a mannequin.
Oh. Sorry, sir.
Craig, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Huh?
All right, big thank you to Soccer World, soccerworld.net for all of your soccer gear needs. If you're looking for that last-minute Christmas gift, get down to one of their 3 Metro Detroit locations. A lot of messy shirts still on the racks for the kids if you're looking for something awesome to give those kids. And Brooks, too. Brooks wants a messy shirt. Brooks definitely wants a messy jersey. So if they got any extra, go ahead and buy one for him.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
I don't want an Inter Miami one. I'll take another one.
An Argentina one?
Sure.
Yeah, you'd wear an Argentina number 10 jersey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a couple of those on the racks. Trust me.
Yeah.
All right, Brooks. I don't know if you know this, but Christian Pulisic his current contract ends of June 2027. Currently, he's 27 years old. He'll be 28 in mid-September. He's 42 goals and 115 appearances at AC Milan. Brooks is the one who put all these stats down here, by the way. I'm just reading them off. His contract ends 2027 June. Brooks, should Christian Pulisic stay at AC Milan, or should he move? At 28 years old, he may be losing a step. The World Cup will have come and gone. Be a year gone, removed from there. Where do you think he should head back to the MLS? Do you think he should give it one last shot in the Premiership, or because this is going to happen now, he's going to be asked in the next 12 months about re-signing at AC Milan. It's very seldom that you let contracts run down and then re-sign. They try to sign him for about 8 to 12 months before it runs down. So they're going to start those negotiations pretty quick here. What should Christian Pulisic do?
I mean, they tried to push him to resign and extend his contract. This has been a thing that's been going on before the season started. They wanted to get that done because I think AC Milan understands how big he is for the club in the U.S. market. I mean, if you watch the Pulisic documentary, all the AC Milan fan groups and what he shows up in New York and all the big cities, and Zlatan's been a part of that, and just the amount of fans he draws and the jerseys they sell. I mean, I've seen a few Pulisic, AC Milan jerseys here.
Yeah, tournaments of the kids. Yeah.
So it's, and AC Milan is, people don't understand that, Inter Milan, it's a big club, like Juventus, they are big clubs. And, if you go back, everyone thinks the Premier League was the best league, has always been the best league in the world. But for a while, Serie A with original Ronaldo and a lot of other great players, that's where all of them went to go play football,
Mid-90s, it had a lot of the money at the time, and it was a brilliant league to play in, like you said, with original Ronaldo. Regarding Pulisic, I just think he's seen so much in the past 2 years being there. We've seen his level of growth. He's staying healthy. I think one of the big differences, and a lot of people don't know this, Brooks, a lot of people don't know that in England, when you're signed to a team, pick a team that you're on, right? So pick Villa or pick a Man United or pick whatever. They go and they train once a day. They train for 2 hours, which is pretty much an hour and a half of training. The other half is cooling.
Yeah, it's all your like, with the trainer, your cool down, your stretching,
and
all
then,
that basic stuff.
And then there's some weightlifting that you do a couple times a week, and then there's some film study and a couple of meetings here and there. It started to change in the Premiership to be more of instead of like a 4-hour day for these players.
Yeah, they're like 6 or 7 hours, 8.
It's getting there. It's not there yet though. But in Italy, in the Serie A, for years, and this is why a lot of players didn't actually want to go there, because you're looking at 8 to 9 hours a day. You get in at 8 in the morning, you do meetings, you do your weightlifting, you eat lunch with the team, then you go out and train, and then you do training before lunch. You come in, you shower, you eat lunch, you do meetings, you do some film study, then you go out and do another session. And this is 5 days a week, and it is a 40-hour-a-week job just in the training and getting. I think that Christian Pulisic is now encompassed in that, and he's found his feet as a professional, and he's found out how to look after his body, and I think that is really good for him. A lot of players didn't want to do that. There was a big thing a couple of years ago with Manchester United when Rooney was playing. He gave an interview. He's like, I was actually addicted to porn because we practiced for 2 hours a day, and then when I was single, I had the rest of the day to myself. I had nothing to do. He's like, it was just boring, right? And I can't go out to the mall or to anywhere because everybody recognized me, so he's like, I have to stay in my house. It's changed now a little bit in the English game. There's more. It's become very similar to the Serie A, but I think moving to Serie A, the game slowed down just a touch, right? It's a little less physical, and it's a little bit more mental, and a little bit more with purpose in Serie A, and I think that's what you need, and I think we're going to see the benefit of that, the U.S. men's national team, in 2026 with the World Cup. I think he should stay. I think he should stay in Serie A. I think he should re-sign with AC Milan. They're probably going to offer more money. He's become the face of the club.
Yeah.
I vote stay. You?
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't make sense. I think he's won everything he could in the Premier League. And the problem is when you go back at 28, if you don't have a good go of it the second time around, I think you're screwed. And then now you're like, well, now what do I do if, I get injured or, I don't play well and I get benched or whatever? It's just... you're the American face of AC Milan. There's more American players coming to play in Italy anyways. I mean, I saw Weston McKennie just turned his 200th appearance for Juventus.
It's incredible, by the way.
Yeah, that is incredible. So, I mean, if you're going to play, you're going to start, and the fans love you, and you're scoring goals, and you're being effective, and you can play in Champions League or Europa League, you can play in European soccer. And don't get me wrong, like Inter Milan, have made it to the Champions League final last couple times. You know what I'm saying? So it's not out of the realm that an Italian team can't win the Champions League, and that's what Zlatan and his guys in the front office are trying to get AC Milan back to, because they haven't won a Champions League in a while.
Right. Zlatan loves him. Zlatan's running the team. He's the face of the team. Sign a three-year contract. That'll take you to the age of 28. 30, just into 31.
Yep.
And at that point, you've most likely lost a step. Maybe you've picked up an injury. And then you go, you know what? It's time to come home. It's time to come home to the MLS. It's time to, while you still got your legs mostly, come home. And
by the time the schedule will be flipped, you'll be on the international schedule and everything. You know what I mean? Everything will be changed a little bit.
And the face of the league will have gone by then.
Yeah, Messi will be gone.
Will have gone. He will probably had a year without him. And now you can become the face of that league. I think that may be the best option forward. But hey, it's his life, his career. Good luck to him. We're interested. We'll follow it no matter where he goes. What a great player. Again, I think the best American player that has ever played the game, Christian Pulisic.
Yes.
So I think he can only get better, provided he keeps his head down and just keeps doing this.
Yeah, honestly, I think like staying in Italy, like the Italian media is now like the English media and other ones. So like you kind of get your privacy. You don't kind of, you can live your life. I mean, if you watch the Pulisic documentary, he can go golf with his friends and he doesn't seem like he's overwhelmed with a bunch of stuff off the field, and I think that's important. Even though he is the face of the club, obviously in the American market for AC Milan, but I just think it makes all the world just the sense to stay in Italy.
Agreed. All right. Speaking of players that play at clubs, stick around, leave, come back, whatever it may be, because I think Christian Pulisic should stay there instead of trying to go back to the Premiership. Right here, Brooks, in Metro Detroit, we've got a professional team, USL Championship team.
Yep.
Detroit City. And I think they've made two of the best signings this past week. I think these are two of the best signings that I've seen them make. I am super excited for these two players. One is a returning player, Maxi Rodriguez. He left last year. He played at Rhode Island. He's now come back. He's re-signed with Detroit City. I think he is a workhorse in the middle of the field. I love watching him play. He's a leader, silent leader. Scores penalty kicks like they're going out of style. Man, he don't miss those damn things. And the other player, a local kid who's gone away for a couple of years to play. He was playing down at
Tulsa
FC. And now he's back, Alex Salou. Super, super nice kid. Came up and talked to me the other week. Just what a great human being of a kid he is. I am excited because he is a little bit of a different player than what
they've had in a while.
They have. Who was the kid who played on the right-hand side? Was kind of, I think he had a mustache, some kind of lightish blonde hair. He played for a year. Number 20-something. He'd do a little dice and get in and score goals and cross. I can't remember his name. I'll have to look it up. I loved watching that. I love the creative players. I love the quick players. I think that's what Alex Salou is going to bring to Detroit City FC. Two great players. Two great signings. They need to have a good season. I'm super happy.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, Rhode Island had an abundance of, my buddy Scott and I just say, they had an abundance of defensive midfielders. Like, they just didn't have a well-balanced midfield, and why fight? You know what I mean? And why fight with that? And, I don't know if he had an option, or I don't know if it was a multi-year deal and there was an option for a second year or whatever. But it makes all the sense in the world just to come back. I mean, I've talked to him before. He likes playing here. He likes the fan base. He wanted to sign again. I just don't know if financially the money was met, or if there was, I don't know what was going on, but, and then Alex Salou will, like you said, will be just a different player, a creative player, someone that can run at you, is shifty, can change direction. He'll be a good one to watch and a very tricky player, and I think the fan base will really enjoy watching him play. And I think this year with this team, I mean, a few guys have retired. Obviously they either didn't pick up options for players, or there were one-year contracts where they didn't sign guys. So this team's going to look a lot different with Danny Dicchio kind of in the first year just being able to take charge and get all the players he wants. I think they're going to play a little bit more. I think they're going to play some attractive style of soccer. And I'm interested to see who else they pick up in January and they sign to prepare for this season right before they head into the new stadium in 2027.
I say, Brooks, you nailed it right there. The new stadium's coming in 2027, so this is an important year. They need to create a little bit of excitement with the fan base with the way they play and some of the results, right, to pick up that. So I think this is two great signings. I think that's going to help with the style of play. I think it's going to help with results on the field. I look for a big year, and I'm very excited. Brooks, I don't know if you know this, but We Are Soccer put money down for 2 seats in that new stadium. We did. So, Brooks, once again, I've spent all the money.
Oh, man.
Spent all the money on stuff for us.
We can get press passes,
What? Oh, dude.
We can get media passes, yeah.
What am I going to do with these 2 seats I bought?
We can sell them. We can use that money for marketing money.
That
you don't have to do all the time. You can go to certain games.
I want to go in this. I want to go sit in the stands. I want to go sit in the stands. I don't want to drink a beer.
Where are
the
seats?
Jump up. I don't know. I haven't picked them yet. I've just put the money down for them.
Oh, okay.
We have 2 seats in the new stadium coming in 27. They broke ground. They broke ground this week.
They did.
On the new stadium. I'm excited. I'm very excited about it. I think they've made 2 really good signings here. I think there's more signings to come because they've had a couple of people leave and retire and all that good stuff. And it is, this is the way professional soccer in America works. But it's more coming. I'm excited. It's going to be a great season. Brooks, we got a lot of other things to get to here. We are going to be talking about Harry Kane. You're going to give out a lump of coal and some presents. I'm going to do the same. And we're going to do all that right after this.
I'm Craig Hearn. Today, I'm here with the football doc, Dr. Zachary Atwood. He's going to show me some simple exercises and stretches to do before my soccer games. Because to be honest, I'm getting a little older and I need to be better prepared for these games. All right, he's got some stuff he's going to show us. Let's jump in.
What's up, guys? Dr. Zach here with Craig. We're going through a dynamic warm-up here. Super important, especially in this age group as we get older. A lot of guys that I see, they go right from their car and straight to the field without any warm-up. We want to make sure that we're getting the body warm, we're getting loose, we get the heart rate up so that we can help reduce injuries. All right, guys, so I've got Craig currently doing some grass sweeps. He's doing a Frankenstein stretch, and he's also going through some pogos right now. Whoa, Craig, what the hell?
Yep, sorry, Doc.
All this newfangled dynamic warm-up, this and that. What was wrong with my old warm-up? Oh, yeah, the doc was right. Definitely need the new warm-up. Oh, good Lord.
All right, friends, a couple of other things to get to, and then Brooks is going to hand out a lump of coal. I'm going to hand out a lump of coal, and then we're going to give some presents away. And then we're going to tell you about the awesome party we're having on Monday, December 29th. Brooks, okay, Harry Kane. My word, has Harry Kane been on a tear since he has hit that Bundesliga. This season has been incredible again. Tell me, Brooks, how well has he been doing in the Bundesliga? Like, fastest to this, how many goals that? Give it to me. What does he have?
Yep. So Harry Kane has just passed Ian Robben at Bayern Munich for a record he's held for a while. So far this season, Harry Kane scored his 30th goal against Heidenheim. That's 30 goals in 25 matches for Kane.
30 goals, 25 matches.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
that's crazy.
I got a little caveat to that, but keep going, please.
So the real stat here is Kane also reached 100 goals when he scored his 30th goal against Heidenheim, and he did so in 78 appearances, which is 41 games quicker than Ian Robben took to get 100 goals. I mean that's pretty amazing. Ian Robben was an extremely good player.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Do you consider the Bundesliga maybe was deeper than when Ian Robben played?
No, I think it's deeper now. I think it's a harder league now. I think it has more prominence now. Back then it was just one team. Now you've got a couple of teams who. I think it's deeper now. And what he's doing at the age he's doing, he's 32 now, right? I mean, it's absolutely incredible. The funny thing is he's still scoring all these goals, but he's being asked to play in a really unique and a different role than he's ever played before. He's not playing as that high man, that single center forward, that number 9 striker. Where he played so many years for Tottenham, and where he played last year for Bayern Munich. He's dropping deeper now. He's dropping deeper, collecting the ball, turning, releasing other players. And then he's following up to the play, and a lot of his goals have come off him coming back, getting the ball turning, releasing it high or wide, and then he just, and not slowly, but makes his way down the field and collects a pass at some point in a shot or a one touch or a knockdown or something.
Yep. It's
a really unique position for him to play. When he gets back and plays for England national team, he's still that center focal point, that high 9. So it'll be interesting to see if Thomas Tuchel changes that up a little bit and says, you know what, we can drop you into the middle a little bit and drop you back. So what he's doing is absolutely incredible. I mean, just kudos to the man for continuing to perform like that. So,
maybe he finishes his career out in Germany.
I would actually like it, but here's the problem, Brooks. I think that Bayern Munich are happy to let him go because of the young 17-year-old Karl who's come along behind him here. That kid's scoring some goals in the Champions League and in the Bundesliga. This young 17-year-old kid, he must be all of like 5'6". He's incredible.
Yeah,
he's incredible. So I think they've said, you know what, When the time comes, we don't have to pay Harry Kane these massive wages. We could probably sell him or just let him go. And off he'll go to Barcelona for free, most likely, and follow in Lewandowski's footsteps there and play there. And Bayern.
And then he'll go to MLS.
And then he'll probably head up on MLS for a year.
Yeah.
But until then, but Bayern Munich are going to have this young kid, Carl. I can't remember his first name. And they're going to be all right as well. Because they're stacked with young players. Musiala, by the way, is coming back. He's hit the training ground. He's going to take his time coming back here, but he'll be ready for the World Cup for Germany after he suffered that broken leg and dislocated ankle in the FIFA Club World Cup. But they really don't need him at the moment. They're continuing to put wins together without him, so they can afford to take their time getting him healthy. And then once they get him healthy, they're going to kick it into high gear in that Champions League, and this could be their year, man, because who else? Arsenal or Manchester City, because Real Madrid's having a down year. Barcelona's not playing the greatest. PSG's second in their group. I don't know if I just stole your coal there, but this could be Bayern Munich's year with how they're only.
I don't know. A lot of the Italian teams are playing well. You got Napoli, McTominay's doing well. AC Milan's in second, and Milan's in first. I mean, don't count out those three.
Yeah, you're right.
Especially if they're all in Champions League, which I can't remember if all of them have qualified.
The only thing I think Bayern Munich, the only weakness they have this year, and I don't know how many people would agree with me on this, is Manuel Neuer.
Goalkeeper.
I've
said it for years. Yeah. I think he's a liability.
He was
doesn't
really
do what he
good when he was younger.
Yeah.
But right now, since he's broken that leg and came back from that broken leg skiing accident a couple years back, he's just not the same player.
Yep.
He's just not. Yep. So anyway, Brooks, I don't know if many people would agree with you and me on that.
Probably not.
That's but you know what?
People like to hold on to things. You just have to understand when he's not the same keeper.
Agreed.
Yep.
Agreed. All right, Brooks, it is time for us to do the lump of coal. We are handing out our Christmas coal, and then each of us will pick a player, club, or team, or whatever to give presents to. Brooks, I'm putting you on the spot. You get a lump of coal you get to hand to someone.
Yep.
Who you handing your coal out to, buddy? Who's had a year that you're just like, you don't deserve this. You're getting coal. You don't deserve presents. Who you handing it to?
I'm going to do FIFA and their World Cup ticketing.
Oh, didn't see that coming.
Yep, I'm going to do that because they're pricing people out of the game that want to see, that could be new to the game, that want to see something, but it's too expensive to go watch.
I'm genuinely shocked that I did not think of that myself.
I think that's the big,
Well done.
And they're just not. Every week on our Facebook group, people talk about the ticket pricing and they're gonna knock it down, but only for a certain percentage and only for certain stuff. And I don't know why this is the biggest country in the world, with so much potential for it to grow and to expand and to generate you more money in all different ways in the club game and the international game, and you just keep botching it by not making things affordable for people that want to watch. So what happens if you have a big game and you don't sell out the whole thing and it looks bad on TV? You don't want these giant football stadiums with, 3/4, 2/3 full. You want full stadiums, right? And you want to attract people to come back here to watch soccer here in our MLS stadiums and whatnot. It just doesn't look good.
I think FIFA have just made this too corporate, just way too corporate of the game now. It's not for the people. This game is played by kids in the streets of Brazil and Argentina and Mexico, right? These poorer type countries where these kids don't have anything, so they kick a ball, and that's where this game's born. But now it's being taken away by these corporate money hogs of FIFA. I think you're right. They absolutely deserve the coal. I would give my coal to them if you hadn't have picked them. So now I got to pick someone else. Brooks?
BX Gunner 81 says, I'm handing my coal to Mikel Arteta and his inverting epidemic.
Ooh.
Wow, yeah, I know, right?
Wow, yeah.
Arsenal fan right there.
A lot of Arsenal fans have a problem with Arteta. They think he should have got him over the line by now. Season 7 hasn't won it.
Yeah. I don't know if Dylan Sana feels the same way, but
we'll have to ask him. We'll have to get him out to the Christmas party.
The same way.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask them. Hey, I get you, BX Gunner. I get you, buddy. All right, my coal. I'm handing out my coal to Arne Slot.
Oh, okay.
How do you mess this up? You went and spent $400 million this summer or maybe it's close to 5 again. Yeah, it's close to 500 million pounds this summer. How did you mess this up? I mean, you're 9 wins, 2 draws, 6 losses currently. You're only at +3 goal difference. Liverpool, you coming off such a great year last year. Just continue that. Just continue what you were doing. Why have you tried to change it? Why have now you just altered things? You got Florian Wirtz. I don't know if you really needed him. He's not there quite yet.
Well, Isak, like Nate says, you had Ekatike, and then you did Isak, and it seems like Ekatike has been a better purchase for you when he plays because he's more effective.
Yeah. You didn't need Isak. You didn't need him. Now, because you went after him and were told no, you had an ego, you went back and you had to keep going back and you waited till the last minute. And I think it disrupted the team. I think it disrupted the flow of what you had. Now, don't get me wrong. Diogo Jota, losing him.
That was rough. I mean, they're dealing with all that too. And I don't know if that's still going through with everyone.
Possibly. It's a horrible thing to have to deal, but they're professionals. They got to get on with the job, right? That's life. I hate to say it like that. You lost Diaz. Diaz
who's done well for Bayern.
Was apparently more of a heart and soul of this team than we really thought. You knew that you have an aging Van Dijk. You knew this. An aging Van Dijk. You saw he's lost half a step last year. Now he's lost a step or 2. You knew you had an aging Mo Salah, but you kept running him out there at the beginning of the season. Listen, I think you spent the money in the wrong places. You didn't get Mark Guehi from Crystal Palace. That's what you really needed. That would have really helped. Now you keep running out Konate. What? That's never a good idea. You're messing with Dominic Szoboszlai. You don't know whether to play him in the middle or out wide right. If you had 3 Dominic Szoboszlais, you'd probably have won all your games by now, but you've only got 1, and you're running him all over the place, and he still looks like a superstar. I hope he leaves that club. My lump of coal goes to Arne Slot. How have you messed this up after spending £500 million? So yeah. All right, Brooks. Who's getting? I gotta get back to my sheet here. You get to pick a player, a person, a club, whoever to give presents to. You give one shiny present to them. Who are you giving it to, Brooks?
I want to give it to Sunderland.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, look at their record this year. They're up into six right now, is it?
Yeah.
Hey, man.
6th place with 27 points after being promoted to the EPL for the first time in a very long time. Yeah. And selling some players, being very young. You know, Granit Xhaka obviously has been kind of the heart and soul of that team so far, along with the other players around it. But that club's been through a lot, going up and down, and to be in the position they are at the moment, very much on the cusp of European soccer, which I don't know how long they've had since they've experienced that. I mean, usually when they're in the Premier League, they were always in the bottom half of the table. But to experience that and potentially experience that in the first year you're promoted, when everyone thought they'd be sent right back down, that's pretty amazing. So that's a credit to the Sunderland. And they were in financial debt. They were dealing with everything. They had to get the books right. So credit to Sunderland, for turning it around, and they definitely deserve a nice big present under their Christmas tree this year.
I like that. That's another good one from you, Brooks. Before I give who I'm giving my Christmas present to, I want to ask anybody out there, BX Gunner, if you're still listening, watching, let us know. I'm going to tell you who mine is, and then see if anybody chimes in.
He says Sunderland. That's a
Sunderland.
BX Gunner.
All right,
says, yeah.
All right, my present. I'm giving one big shiny present to Unai Emery. Look what he has done for Aston Villa.
Yeah.
Okay, now. Everybody thought he was nuts when he went and signed Morgan Rogers at Middlesbrough. I posted it today on the We Are Soccer Facebook group. There's a tweet that a couple of podcasters said that Middlesbrough have absolutely fleeced Aston Villa right now. Who do they think they are coming in for this kid for this much? Absolutely fleeced them. Aston Villa, you are useless. I'm sorry. You, Mr. Podcast Tweeter, would you like to have another stab at that? Morgan Rogers is one of the best players in the world right now, thanks to Unai Emery. Unai Emery and his staff saw this. They went and got him. They have transformed this man into an absolute superstar. Unai Emery has taken Aston Villa from 15th in November 3 years ago to Champions League soccer 2 years ago, and then Europa League. We are absolutely flying. We're third in the Premiership. We don't play the prettiest of football sometimes. We give up possession. We give up shots. But you know what? What he has done for the fan base, what he has done for the club is absolutely incredible. I mean, it is incredible. Other clubs cannot come in and even get him. They won't, because they know that he has the keys to Aston Villa. Literally, the Villa have said, what you want is what we will give you. We'll give you any backroom staff. We will bring the players in that we can afford. Oh, and by the way, you and your brother want to own a club out there in Spain? We're going to buy that club for you. Villa went out and bought another club, and they said, this is yours. You run this club. This is now part of our group. He is like, he's in there. So any other clubs want him? It's probably not going to happen.
The ex-gunner goes 2 years faster and $650 million less than Arteta at that.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. So my present's going to Unai Emery, and a big thank you, because what he has done for the club. We beat Manchester United today. Thank God for that.
Yeah.
And he's gotten us into, look what we've done in the past several weeks. Now we've 10 wins in a row. Are you kidding me? That's incredible. I'm waiting to see what we do in the next week here with Chelsea and Arsenal.
Yeah. I've got an honorable mention or two.
Ooh, okay. Here's our honorable mentions for who gets Cole and who gets presents. Brooks, have at it, buddy. Who get? You know what? Why don't we run down the Cole? Give me a couple who honorable mention Cole deserving.
Yeah. PSG, they're in second place. You got to do better in League One.
Yeah.
I mean, Lens is first right now. I know they're a point behind, but I mean, you ran the show last year and we're so
Champions
dominant.
League winners.
Yeah, they were just so good last year, and then boom, Wolverhampton Wanderers, you get some Cole. I mean, you know, it's just been a horrible year, unfortunately, and they just can't figure stuff out.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and then I had Wilfred Nancy. He's just
that one.
Step one.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, from the first day, it's just been bad with talking with the media and explaining things like they don't know what it means. You use the cones that are red and blue that are Rangers colors in your Celtic, and trying to change things. And apparently, from my understanding, the board just said, listen, you're playing this way. You're not playing this way. And listen, are they playing better football? Yeah, but like Celtic don't care. You got to win. You need to win.
To credit to him, he did win his first game this weekend.
He did.
The first out of 5 games he's played. But yeah, man, Brooks, does that hurt a little bit from the MLS? Like, because you were championing him last year, a couple months ago at least. Does it hurt?
No, I mean, listen. When you go to a club like Celtic or Rangers, you have to win. I mean, it's the Scottish Premier League.
You have to finish 1 or 2.
Yeah, I mean, Celtic screwed up from the beginning, anyways, and didn't want to get the manager at Hearts, who's had the team in first place. I don't know if they're still in first place, but it's just I thought maybe he'd go to France. But
back to his homeland.
Yeah, I thought that would have been.
It wasn't to be. You know what, Wilfred Nancy, you lost your first 4 games at Celtic. You deserve a lot more than just a lump of coal.
Yeah.
Here's 2 lumps of coal. All right. Any more lumps of coal, Brooks? Who we got?
No, that's it for me. Maybe Thomas Frank in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's put Thomas Frank and Spurs in there. Spurs as a club have been terrible. Their fans are booing. The fans are walking out. Thomas Frank, you had a pretty good team right there, and I think you've messed it up.
Yeah.
No, he deserves a lump of coal actually as well. Yep, well done. All right, who's getting presents? Who's on the honorable mention presents list, Brooks?
Oh, and I did Birmingham City for my coal as well.
Always. I mean, that's a given. They're a bunch of losers.
Tom Brady was going to spend a lot of money, and now they're in the middle of the bottom half of the table. For me, my presents, I have BX Gunner 81 mentioned it. Frank Lampard deserves, and I have Coventry City here, sitting first place with 48 points in the EFL Championship. They're rolling. They're rolling. They haven't been to the Premier League since 2000, 2001. That's the last time they were there. So they've been rolling, and that's pretty awesome. See Haji Wright
playing well.
Yeah, lead the way.
We never thought that would happen. Just to get Haji Wright scoring goals and back into the U.S. men's national team fold you get presents for that, Frank Lampard.
Exactly. I have Pochettino. You know, it's I wouldn't say it's a ginormous present, but it's a good one for kind of changing things and giving people belief again in the last couple international windows.
Like it.
A lot of positivity heading into the 4 more friendlies they're going to play in the spring. So I have that. I'll give it to Inter Miami, finally winning their MLS Cup. And then the last one I'll give is to the University of Washington men's soccer. Jamie Clark winning his first national title with the Washington Huskies. I remember talking to him last fall, when they were so-so, and Jamie was like, we're a few players away and a few more experienced players away from really competing for a national championship, and they play good football.
Man, did he call that, huh?
Yeah, he did. They play good football, and they can deviate and play a little differently. You know, they can play ugly and sit back, or they can keep the ball and play really well. And, you know, they beat a very good NC State team that was on fire for a lot of the year. So credit to Jamie Clark and his staff and his players. A lot of them, you know, got drafted. So Richie Amon heading to DC United. Zach Ramsey got picked up. He'll probably come back to school. But there's a lot of players. Harrison Bertos will move on to the higher level as well. Same with Jaden Boughton, the goalkeeper. You know, so it's, you know, it was a good year for the Washington Huskies. And obviously that's a Big Ten team. So the Big Ten winning the national championships, not just the ACC always winning. So.
All right. I'm going to give one last honorable mention, one last present out, and that's to all the We Are Soccer viewers and fans. Very much appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. BX Gunner, you deserve 2 presents, by the way. I love the comments he puts in.
Yeah.
But a big thank you to all the friends and our friends and fans who watch. Last but not least, topic for the day. Please, if you are around the Metro Detroit area, Monday the 29th, December 29th. Monday, December 29th, we are having our Christmas party, the official We Are Soccer Christmas party. It is at the Dog and Pony Show Brewery in Oak Park. Kicks off at 6 o'clock. Trivia from 7 o'clock till 9 o'clock. We finished at maybe 10. Maybe they'll leave us open a little bit if we keep going. But we are going to do trivia. We're going to do door prizes. We're going to have a charity we're going to be donating money to. We're going to see if we can raise a couple $100 from them. There's going to be beer. There's going to be fun and much more. I have spent the majority of the We Are Soccer marketing money on presents.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but we got some cool gifts that we're going to give away. Yes. And you'll get a ticket for coming in the door. You can buy, or you can get extra tickets by donating money to the charity of our choice. And towards the end of the night, we're going to do a raffle and pull out the numbers. And you may end up with an awesome We Are Soccer prize. So please join us December 29th, the official We Are Soccer Christmas party. Brooks, that's going to wrap us up for the night. One last big thank you to our partners, soccerworld.net, Next Level Training, the Michigan Jaguars, the football doc, and his buddy Zach Nolf, Dr. Zach Nolf, and Dog and Pony Show
Spencer.
Sorry.
Spencer Nolf. It's Zach Atwood and Spencer Nolf.
I combined them into one.
You did.
Awesome human being, Doctor. Dr. Zach and Dr. Nolf. Big thank you to all our partners. Very much appreciate the love and support you give us. And with that, I would like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Please enjoy yourselves. Be responsible. Enjoy the games next week. Boxing Day, the 27th, and then the 28th. More games to come. And after that, we'll get back together.
Yeah, they'll see us before the New Year, though.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That's right. Just a Merry Christmas. No Happy New Year.
No Happy New Year yet.
We're going to have another couple of videos and shows till then. But, yeah. All right, everybody. Cheers. Appreciate it.